Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. Let me know in the comments below what your MLB picks are for today, where you agree, where you disagree, where you're watching from. All is welcome in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're liking the content, guys, as we got first game up, top of the card, Cleveland Guardians, Baltimore Orioles, 6:35 Eastern start time. Cole Irvin on the hill for the O's, Logan Allen on the hill, and the battle of southpaws here for Cleveland. Total of 9, minus 135. That's the O's as the home favorite. Cleveland comes in 50-26, winners of 6 straight games, hottest team in baseball, number 1 win percentage in the American League. Interesting to note in the standings, guys, yes, the Yankees have more wins, but they've also played 5 more games than Cleveland. So win percentage-wise, best team in the AL. Cole Irvin going for Baltimore, who's 20 games over themselves. Losers of 4 straight, though, not playing their best baseball. Irvin, 5 earned runs his last time out in Yankee Stadium against the Yankees. So a tough assignment there, but he's got another tough assignment against this Cleveland squad. You know, top to bottom of the lineup, good bat to ball skills, and he's given up 30 hits his last 4 starts, so been knocked around a little bit. Allen going for Cleveland, not one of their better starters, particularly of late. 5.2 ERA. He's on the wrong side of an 8-10 strikeout to walk ratio in his last 3 starts. He hasn't given up that many earned runs of recent, but he's kind of playing with fire. So going up against this O's lineup that's great overall, they've smashed lefties. I think he can be giving up some crooked numbers tonight. Cleveland's been good against lefties as well. I know both of these bullpens are good. That's the reason that this isn't one that I love, guys, but hey, it's kind of a playoff preview here in the AL. 2 good teams. Felt like we needed to talk about it. Total of 9 flat. Baltimore is on a 40-28 overrun for the season. I think we get kind of runs in bunches here. And seeing this total at 9, I think we get into the double digits, guys. I would go Cleveland, Baltimore. Not one of my favorites on the Tuesday card, but if you need something here, I would go over the 9 in this one. 5 minutes later, heading to the Motor City, 6:40 Eastern start time. Philadelphia Phillies, Detroit Tigers. We get Tyreek Skubal on the hill for Detroit, Ranger Suarez in the battle of southpaws for the Phillies. Phillies as low as minus 116 right now, but it is kind of being hammered in the overnight market as I'm talking 10 p.m. Mountain West time, Mexican time, if you will. So it's as high as minus 125 right now. I wouldn't be surprised in the morning if this gets bought up a little bit more, some of it being my money. I like the Philadelphia Phillies in this spot, guys. 52-26, best record in baseball. Winners of 3 straight, talking about the Phillies. They just won 8-1 in the first game yesterday, and they got Suarez on the hill. Cy Young candidate, the 28-year-old Venezuelan, 1.75 ERA on the season, 10-1 for his record. He's gone 6+ in each of his last 2 starts, giving up 1 earned apiece. 95-19 strikeout to walk ratio, like a lot to like with this lefty. And the Phillies, you know, top 5 lineup overall, top 5 lineup against lefties. They're going up against a good pitcher themselves. We can see it in this total, just 7 and a hook. But Skubal on the hill, he has, you know, I'm a big what have you done for me recently? He's given up 9 runs in his last 2 starts, 3 home runs. That was against the Braves and the Astros, 2 decent lineups. But he's taken a step up in class here against the Phillies. I think he's going to struggle a little bit, guys. I think this number's short on Philadelphia. We'll jump on him under the minus 20 or, you know, the 20 cents here. Might be as high as, you know, minus 125 by the time you're watching the video. But a big bullpen edge here towards the Phillies as well. I think the Phillies are the way to go in the Motor City. Next one up, 7 o'clock Eastern hour, Subway Series in New York. It's the New York Mets hosting the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole on the hill for the Bronx Bombers. David Peterson, the lefty, going for the Mets. Total of 8. We're seeing the Yanks minus 140, quote unquote, road favorites. I've never been to a Subway Series, but I'm guessing there'd be a lot of Yankees fans in Citi Field. However, the Mets are going off as obviously the home team here. Two games under 500. But the Mets playing their best baseball of the season, 9-2, their last 11. They've won the last 3 times. Peterson's taken the hill here. He only has 4 starts on the season. 3 of them have been good, 2 earned runs or less. He does have 8 walks in those 4 starts, a little bit concerning. But he's up against Garrett Cole here. Obviously, if you're watching the show, you've heard his name. Talent-wise, one of the better pitchers in baseball. But this is only his second start of the season. In his first start against the Orioles, they actually lost that game as a favorite, and he only went 4 innings. He did give up 2 earned, but it kind of tells me that, he's on a pitch count here, probably with good reason. They got a lot of money invested in him. They don't want to kind of put too much on his arm too early. So with the Yankees kind of bullpen struggles of late, I think this number is a little bit expensive on the Yankees. Now, granted, 52 wins on the season, plus 14 units. They've been a good bet for the full season, but they've lost 4 of 5. They've lost 6 of 8. And they're on a negative kind of lefty-righty dichotomy here. This is the best hitting lineup the Bronx Bombers are against righties. They're middle of the pack against lefties. So I actually think Peterson can have a decent start here. We do get a bullpen edge. Over the last 5 weeks, the Mets have had the better bullpen than the Yankees. I think the Mets plus 130 here, guys, worth a shot with the home dog barking in Citi Field. We got next one up heading to the Queen City, same time, 7:10 Eastern, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds. Hunter Green on the hill for the Reds. Mitch Keller on the hill for the Pirates. Total of 8, minus 130. That's the big red machine as the home favorite. Battle of NL Central teams here, with the Pirates coming in 3 games under 500. The Reds, 5 games under 500. The Reds just put up 11 runs yesterday, though, in the 11-5 win in game number 1. Pittsburgh's now lost 2 straight games. The story here is back-to-back for both starters against the same lineup, meaning Pittsburgh and Cincinnati just played last week against each other. Mitch Keller overall, 3.11 ERA on the season. In his last time against the Reds, 7 innings, just 2 hits given up, blanking the Reds over those 7. Hunter Green, he was dueling them, though. 6+, just 2 hits himself, 9 strikeouts as well. So both of these pitchers dominated the opposing lineup. But one thing I've noticed here with the Cincinnati Reds, they're a team that will take that extra base. I mean, really, a lot of teams in the NL Central will. And just putting up 11 runs yesterday, seeing the same pitcher the second time around. I know it's the same setup for Pittsburgh, but I have this Cincinnati team. They're at the bottom of the NL Central standings. I'm not so sure they're going to stay there for all that long. With Hunter Green, the flamethrower on the hill, I think minus 125, minus $1.25 here on Cincinnati as the low water mark. I think that's worth a shot here, guys. Plus the fact, big bullpen edge here towards Cincinnati. Top 10 bullpen versus a bottom 5 for the Pirates over the last 5 weeks. Let's jump on the Reds, minus 125 in this NL Central battle. Heading to the south side, up next, we get the LA Dodgers and the Chicago White Sox. 8:10 Eastern start time here. Bobby Miller on the hill for LA. Chris Flexen, the former KBO pitcher, on the hill for the Chicago White Sox. Total of 9, minus $2. That's the Dodgers as the road favorite. 48-31 for LA. They just won 3-0 yesterday, a game we were on. And they got Miller on the hill. His numbers overall aren't that great. The former first rounder out of Louisville, the Cardinal here, but he gave up 5 earned runs, a mile high against Colorado, and also 5 earned runs against the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, a game where the wind was blowing out. So I don't want to penalize him too much for those 2 starts. In his other 2 starts, he's only made 4 starts this season, the rookie. He was good. And now going up against, the worst lineup in baseball, I think he's going to have a solid start here. He's up against Chris Flexen, not a guy that's going to dominate opposing lineups. He has a 5 ERA on the season, really up and down. I mean, you look at some of his starts, he's going, 6-7 innings, maybe 2 earned. Other starts, he's getting knocked around. And up against this Dodgers lineup, number 1 hitting lineup by weighted runs created plus team OPS on the season. Top 5 against righties. I think they're going to be able to put up some crooked numbers here. And Miller up against the White Sox lineup. I mean, the worst lineup in baseball, the worst lineup against righties. And it's not only the worst, it's 20 team OPS points lower than the next worst team, number 29, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So they've really struggled against right-handed starters. They got the second worst bullpen by my metrics, the Dodgers top 5. We just saw it last night in terms of Garrett Crochet on the hill for the White Sox. A lot of people betting him, but he only goes, 5-6 innings, and this is a Dodgers lineup that takes a lot of pitches. Go look at their walk rate. They're right up there at the top of MLB. So I'm not so sure Chris Flexen's going to last all that long. And really, it comes down to guys 21-58 for the White Sox, losers of 2 straight. They've lost 5 of their last 6. They've scored 2 runs, their last 2 games total. I can't bet on the White Sox here. And in fact, I think the Dodgers win by multiple runs. As the road team, it sets us up for the run line here. -1.5 on the Dodgers, -$1.25. We're laying the 1.5 with the Dodgers over the White Sox. We got 1 game left, but do want to give a reminder, comment below, guys. It helps the algorithm for the show. Anything is welcome down there. And if you are liking the content, please smash that like button. Actually, we got the game we're going to be talking about here still pending. It's 3-3 in the 9th inning, and that's the Nationals and the Padres. So I'll recap Monday's show on the Wednesday show along with the Tuesday show. So just to keep you an update there. And if you like premium picks, check them out, WagerTalk.com, guys. We got Drew7 as a coupon code. It gets you 7 days of service for, I believe, half off. So Drew7 at checkout. Got the premium packages up for Tuesday. All right, last game up here, guys. 9:40 Eastern, Washington Nationals, San Diego Padres. Adam Mazur on the hill for the Pods. Mackenzie Gore, the lefty, on the hill for the Nationals. Nationals come in with this 1 game pending, 3-3 in the 9th. 1 game under 500, plus 14 units. They've been a great bet all season. Mackenzie Gore, do note, he's up against the team that drafted him. He came over in that trade. I believe it's the Juan Soto trade a couple years ago. 3.4 ERA, 98 strikeouts, and 80 innings pitched. Last year versus the Padres, he had a great start. Just 1 earned given up, 9 strikeouts. I think he can duplicate that here, guys. Up against the Padres team, we've talked about it before, lefty-righty dichotomy, and they are on the negative side of that, facing a southpaw here. They're the 18th best lineup against lefties, the 2nd best lineup against righties. So we want to be fading them against lefties, betting on them against righties. They're getting a lefty here and a good one in Mackenzie Gore. Adam Mazur, 23 years old, 2nd rounder out of Iowa. He's skied here to the show. Obviously, the Padres believe in him. The only thing is, in MLB, his number is 7 ERA, and he's on the wrong side of an 11-16 strikeout to walk ratio. So when you're walking 16 batters in 17 innings, that's a guy I can't bet on until he turns it around, guys. So for all that, I think the dog is barking late night in Petco, as we're going to take the Nationals plus 120, listing Mackenzie Gore as the starter on the underdog Washington Nationals bullpen edge as well towards the Nats. So in recap, we got the Nationals plus 120 to end it. We talked about the Cincinnati Reds minus 125 with Hunter Green on the hill. Dodgers minus the run line over the worst team in baseball, the White Sox. We got the Mets over the Yankees as the underdog in the Subway Series. Philadelphia Phillies with Ranger Suarez on the hill, minus 120 over Detroit. And Cleveland and Baltimore at the top of the show, over 9. Think runs are going to be scored there. So, guys, that does it for Drew's Daily Diamond on Tuesday. Comment below, smash that like button. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.